quiero ese vasito. ¿Cómo subo el volumen acá? Hasta el máximo. Por ahí está bajito acá. Pero funciona bien porque
We're about to start Ashrei. Remember, today is Rish Chodesh, and we also start saying the same Talamat Levracha. So in Shmonesrei, we have to remember to say the same Talamat Levracha, Yalav Yavai, and Ve'al HaNisim.
Ashrei Yoshrei Ve'isachai Yalalucha Selo Ashrei Yom Shekachalai Ashrei Yom Shek Eloyov Deila LeDavid Arai Mimcha Eloyai Melech Alocha Shir Leilom Voed Lechal Yom Avarechecha V'Havaloshim Chaleilom Voed Gadi Adina Yom Olam Me'ed V'Ligdul Asoyein Cheiker Shabbat Masacho, V'Voresacho Yagidu, Hadar Kevei Doidecho, V'Divin Nifesacho, Sicho, V'Ezuz Neresacho Yemeiru, V'Roscho, Asapreno, Zecherav Tucho Yabiyu, V'Zid Koscho Yeraneinu, Chanun V'Rachum Adino, Yerech Apayim Ogdo Chosed, Taiva Dinoi Lakel Verachamo Kol Masam Iducha Dinoi Kol Masacho Vachasidecho Yevarchucho Kevein Malchuscho Yaimeru Guroscho Idaberu Leoidi Alevne Adam Gevurei Savach Vedadar Malchusay Malchuscho Malchuscho Vegamim Umem Shaltecha B'chol Devader Say Mechadinoi L'chol HaNiflim V'zei Keif L'chol HaKefufim Einei Chele L'chol Yisaberu V'ata Nesem Lemezach L'mitei Peisei Yaches Yadecho Masbi Yalech Tzayin Tzadik Adinoi B'chol Derechol V'chosid V'chol Masov Korev Adinoi L'chol Korev Chol Asher Yikreu V'emes Tzayin Yereyo V'yaseh V'shavot Amishma V'yeshim Shemer Adinoi Eskolo Yavo V'eskoreshayim Yashmin Leilas Adinoi Yedaber Pi V'varach Kol Boso Shem Kodshay Leilam Voed V'anachnu Nevarech Yom Me'ata V'ad Eilam Hallelujah Hilas Adinoi Davi V'varach Bashin Kodshay Leilam Voed V'anachnu Nevarech Yom Me'ata V'ad Eilam Hallelujah Hiskadal V'hiskadash Meirabo V'amad Ibrach Yosef V'yachman Chosef V'yachsach V'kayim V'kayim V'shichin Amen Amen. Yesh mirabum varach lo mayis bar. Yesh mirabum varach lo mayis bar. V'shtabach v'shper v'sim misna sei v'sador v'salev v'salosh min kul shabich. Amen. Leila min kol brachas v'shiraz v'shruchas nacham v'asad amin b'yom avim ro. Amen.
Saint Talamat Levracha, Al HaNisim and Yalav Yavai.
boy.
No.
It's like a Fabrini.
He's brown.
Baruch Shmei. Amen. 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 Baruch Shmei. Baruch Shmei. Amen. 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 Baruch Shmei. Amen. Yaviseinu lekol basar. Yitzeinu yetze bereshis. Bracha yitzvei Kadosh asher sanim kemtanu. Kein chayenu. Chaymeinu. Seif kol yiseinu. V'chol kecha. V'la yitzeinecha. Olav decha. Ashonu meidim noch b'dois. Baruch Shmei. Amen. Baruch Shmei. Amen. 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 Om Maya Yisbareh. Amen. 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 Aleinu shabeach Adonai kela says gedula liter bereshis shaloi yasanu kikiyei aratzei shaloi samanu k'nbechei adama shaloi sam chakeinu
Recording in progress.
aleinu kechol aminom shehem mishdachim lev v'anachnu kelim mishdachim לפני מלך מלכי המלוכים הקדוש ברוך הוא שהוניק השמיים ויסד הארץ קרוי בשמיים ממעלו שכינס וזה בגמרי הוא עליינו עיני דמת מלכנו אפס עושה ככוס בצעצי בידי תאים שווה סבך גדינו עולים שמיים ממעלות מתוך הסין יעל כנק עבלך עדינו אלוהינו Leros mei robs versus zacho Le'avir gilulim in oretz Le'oilim koretzi Nun Hasaken eilom b'malchut shadai v'chom nevosor Shkovish mecho Lafnis elacho kol yishe yoretz Hakiru v'yedu kol yishe sevel Ki lecho sichra Ko berechti shova kol hoshein Lefonach adnei le'enu يغرب بلوب اللي خرج شيم خيا كريت نينو مخبلو قوم الله يا مسام ما قصاق بسيم نقلا يا مهير للمفوت كيام قصاقي يا تملك بخافد كاكوسو بسير سخو عدينا يملك للمفوت من مر يا دينا ملك الكل هرت بيما هو يا دينا يا خدش ما يا خد Amen. 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 Yesh mir Rabban Vorach. L'olam lo mayo yisborech. Amen. 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 Natiyo mi pachat pisay. Mishayat rei. Otoy kabeso. Dabu dabu velo yakovi Emmanuel. Yad vikaliyo. Yad sevan Yisrael. Amen. 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 Shmei Rabba mevorach le'olam lo me'omayo yisbarech. Amen. 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 Yechidei bein machem sher elavad. Yechidei bein machem sher elavad. Yechidei bein machem sher elavad.
Bruchim Aboim, and welcome everybody to the International Chanukah Live Tufshin Pei Beis 5782 from 770 Beis Rabbeinu, Beis Moshiach, Beis Rabbeinu Shebebavel. We are going all across the globe to celebrate the greatest and largest Persumei Nisa ever, starting right here and right now. We ask all the boys and girls to take their seats as we're about to begin the Yud Beis Psukim U'Maimorei Razal. As a young boy growing up here in Crown Heights, we always looked forward to Chanukah Live. It started Tufshin Nun. I was a young boy, Tufshin Nun, Nun Aleph, and Nun Beis. For a young boy going to Lubavitcher Yeshiva living here in Crown Heights, Chanukah Live was one of the highlights of our year. Because you children, you have to understand, there was a time that there were no Zoom international Fabrengens. And if you lived here in Crown Heights, all you saw was people from Crown Heights. You saw some shluchim by Kinus HaShluchim, but you did not see children from around the world. The only time a child in Crown Heights got to see children from around the world was Chanukah Live. We saw children in Australia, we saw children in Eretz Yisrael, in France. It was a very, very exciting thing. You saw all the equipment outside. It was a very, very exciting day here in Crown Heights. For me, it was also extra special because I have an uncle that he lives in Hong Kong in China. Growing up, I heard that he lives there. I never saw him. I never saw his Chabad house or his family. The first time that we got to see my uncle in action was actually on Chanukah Live. That was the only time I was able to see Chabad of Hong Kong, China. But now, Baruch Hashem, we're able to gather together. And I want you to know, as children, we always knew that the greatest smiles and nachas and excitement that we saw by the Rebbe was Chanukah Live. When it would sing Hanedes Halalu, the Rebbe's face was beaming and the Rebbe's waving his hands. And especially when Russia would come on the screen, you have to understand that until then, there was the Iron Curtain. And nobody in Russia could serve the Eibishter in a revealed way. And I remember sitting right here. And when Russia, Moscow came on the screen, lighting the menorah in Moscow, by the Rebbe was a tremendous, tremendous nachas, a big kibush that Baruch Hashem, the world is ready for the Geula. And there's no question that the Persumei Nisa that's taking place in Tufshin Pei Beis is going to be mashlim and bring the world to the ultimate perfection, the ultimate revelation, the ultimate giloi, the ultimate and final isgalus of our Rebbe as Melech HaMoshiach. We are going to be saying the Yud Beis Psukim and Morei Razal from around the world, but we start right here in Crown Heights in 770 with a girl whose Yom Haledes is actually today, which Kana Mokim Lo'oider on Mivtza Yom Haledes, that everybody should celebrate. Beroiv Pe'er V'hoder, make fabrengens and parties and getting all your communities involved in the Rebbe's Mivtza Yom Haledes. So we are going to be starting with a girl, Tzivis Hashem, Chaya Mushke Kratz from Kan Tziva Hashem Es Abracha, whose birthday is today. Everyone, Torah Tziva, word pasuk by pasuk, word by word.
Torah. Tziva. Lanim. Maisha. Marasha. Kila. Yaakov.
For the pasuk of Shema Yisrael, we will start again right here in Crown Heights. We have with us a young chayol in Tzivas Hashem that goes to Oli Teira, Oli Menachem, Chayol Meir Batnik.
Shema.
Shema.
Sawal.
Yisrael.
Son. Eichel. Kenu. Son. Achad.
Echad, excellent. And now we know that 770 is the same gematria as the word paratzta, which means spread forth, break through all the boundaries. Ufaratzta yoma v'kedma tzafoina v'negba, north, south, east, and west.
What does it say?
We are now going to go across the Atlantic Ocean, and we are going to be... Now you know that it's live. We're going to be joining London, England, the community, the Lubavitch community in Gold's Green, London, where we have two special chayolais, two special soldiers in the Rebbe's army. We have with us Tzivi Simon and Sarla Pink from the wonderful, wonderful country of England, London, England. We ask them to join us and say the pasuk of Bechol Dur Vadur.
Start again, louder. Start again.
We'll do this one more time. S. Kilo. Oh. Yotza. Mitzrayim. Thank you very much, London, England. And now we continue our journey around the world to the world down under, which we know that down under is Australia. And in Australia itself, the Mochaim Anomuch, even lower than Melbourne, is Tasmania. We have with us a very, very special chayol from Tasmania, Shalom Gordon, who's going to be leading us in the pasuk of Kol Yisrael. Everyone, your attention to Tasmania, to Shalom Gordon.
Okay, and moving on to Al. Oh, what's my name?
Rabbi Lipsker, is Shalom Gordon there?
So, can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay, call Yisrael.
Call Yisrael. Ham. Caleb. Li'olam. Haba. Shenemar. V'yamich. Tzadikim. Li'olam. Yeshu. Oretz. Neitzer. Matoi. Masei. Yodai. The sport, excellent. Thank you, Melbourne and Tasmania. We continue our journey, and we are going to South America, to one of the wonderful countries in South America, the beautiful Quihila in Argentina. The capital of Argentina, the main city where most of the Anash live, is Buenos Aires, Argentina. And we have with us a very special chayol. even though they speak in Spanish, but they are able to communicate in Lashon Kodesh, the pasuk of Kikarev, Hachayol in Tzivus Hashem, Sholem Doivber Deitch. Argentina on the screen, everyone from around the world, join along as we are led in the pasuk of Kikarev from Argentina. We see you, Argentina. They are 2 hours ahead of us in Argentina, and we are getting them live on the line.
Ahí está.
The
כן,
pasuk
ahora
of
sí.
Kikarev.
כאן בארגנטינה מחתירים את הרבי מלך המשיח ואומרים את הפסוק קיקורו ואילכו. דale, שלם.
Ki
קורוי.
Korev Eilecha Hadavar Ma'oid Beficha Uvilvavcha Lasoisai.
עוד הפעם, פסוק, עוד הפעם.
Yasher Koyach, Argentina, from South America, we go all the way to South Africa. We have with us for the pasuk V'hine Hashem a very, very special chayol, Shneur Ruddle in South Africa. But I want to tell you an amazing story about the emunah of the Hasidim in South Africa, which we could all learn a lesson from. There was a certain time in South Africa where there seemed to be a very, very big danger for all the Yidden, and all the Yidden started leaving South Africa. And the Chassidim, the Shluchim, wrote to the Rebbe, should we leave with the rest of the Yidden? And the Rebbe said, no, everyone should stay, and it's going to be rebuilt, don't leave. And everyone said, it's crazy, pikuach nefesh, how can you stay? But the Chassidim in South Africa had such emunah and bitochen, the Shluchim stayed, and that's what kept Yiddishkeit going, and it turned over to a center of light. From South Africa, Earth is going to the entire world. As a matter of fact, the whole Shabbos, that the world keeps Shabbos together, I think is inspired by Rabbanim in South Africa. So the Rebbe's Hira and the emunah of the Chassidim, which we could all learn how to be mechazik our own emunah, even when it looks so difficult, we can learn from South Africa. So we have with us a chayol, Shneur Ruddle, in Johannesburg, South Africa. There are 2 great cities in South Africa. Johannesburg is one of them, and we have Shneur Ruddle from South Africa to lead us in the pasuk of V'hine Hashem. Shh. Right there by the dreidel, by the warehouse, by the Happy Chanukah in Johannesburg. Are you ready for us, Shneur? We don't hear you yet. Shh. There you see him. If you want to know what time it is in South Africa, it is right now almost 10 o'clock at night in South Africa. The pasuk of V'hine Hashem. Hashem, Nitzav, Olav, Umalai, Chal, Haaretz, Kvaidai, Umabit, Olav, Uvaychein, Klayais, Valev, Im, Avdai, Karai. A round of applause for Johannesburg, South Africa. And now we move once again to the southern border of the United States, to the country of Mexico, where we have two sisters, both soldiers in the Rebbe's army, shluchais of the Rebbe. We have Leah Soda Zecharia and Tahali Zecharia, two sisters on shlichus in Mexico that are going to be leading us in the pasuk of Bereshis Bara Leikim, because this is the pasuk the Rebbe once said by Fabrengen. How do Yiddish children know that the world exists? Not because what we see with our eyes, because the Torah says Bereshis Bara Leikim, Eis Hashamayim ve'eis ha'aretz. So we ask everyone to join us as the sisters from Mexico will be leading us in the pasuk of Bereshis Bara Elokim. Mexico. Bereshis. And they got a brother. Okay. Bara Elokim. Eis Shamayim. Ve'eis ha'aretz. Thank you so much. Toda Rabba, Mexico. And we know that 770 is parasta, but it's also the same gematria as the word Surfas, which is the country of France. And the Rebbe said about the country of France that the Alter Rebbe was afraid of what would happen if the French would win the war. But through the work of our holy Rabbeim, as we get closer to Moshiach, and the Rebbe was in France, we're able to elevate the country of France. The capital of France is the famous city of Paris. And we have with us from Paris, France, another wonderful soldier in the Rebbe's army, Shilou Turgeman from Paris, France, is going to be leading us in the pasuk of Vishinantam Levanecha. Everybody, your attention to the screens as we travel to France. 1, 2, 3. Shh. Shh. Paris, France. Let's lead us in Vishinantam. One, two, and three. Vishinantam! Levanecha! Vidibarta! Bam! Beshivtecha! Beveisecha! Uvelechtecha, Vaderech, Uveshochbecha, Uvkumecha. And now we are ready for the pasuk of Yagaiti, which on a very personal note, Yagaiti is a very, very special pasuk because it tells us that there are no excuses. Don't say you didn't, you tried and you were not successful. That doesn't work. You try and you work hard, you're going to be matzliach. And to me, it's also very special because if you go to Rebbe Drive and you look at Chanukah Live, Tavshin Nun Aleph, which little boy they called up to this very podium to say the pasuk of Yagaiti all over the world, it was me, just a little younger, a little probably more edel without a beard, but standing in this podium, we said Yagaiti to the entire world. So now we have the two sisters, Leah, we have Mushka Zoyar and Lechki Zoyar to lead us in the Pasuk of Yagaiti. 1, 2, 3.
Yagaiti. Velai. Matasi. Ah. Tarin. Vayagaiti. Imatasi. Ah. Tamin. Yagaiti. Imatasi. Tamin.
Thank you very much. We now go and travel to the land that Eini Hashem Elokecha Bo Meireshis Hashona Ad Achris Shona. To the holy land of Eretz HaKodesh, we are traveling to Artseinu Agdoisha, and in Artseinu Agdoisha, we are traveling to Yerushalayim Ir HaKodesh. Now, there is a place in Yerushalayim Ir HaKodesh that each and every one of you are living. Because every child in this room, I am 100% sure, they have a letter in the Children's Sefer Torah. If you don't yet have a letter, if you know a child in the world that doesn't have a letter, please register them at kidstorah.org. Every child should be registered in the Children's Sefer Torah. Now, after they finish every Sefer Torah, you know where those Sifrei Torah are placed? The Rebbe said they should be in the Tzemach Tzedek Shul in Yerushalayim. So the Sefer Torah that has my letter and the Sefer Torah that has your letter are both in the Tzemach Tzedek Shul in Yerushalayim. So it's a place that's ma'achid millions of Yiddish Kinderlach because they finished 7 Sifrei Torah. And now we have in the Tzemach Tzedek Shul 2 brothers, Shalom Doiber Oiden and Baruch Yeshaya Peretz Oiden, who are going to be leading us. It's 9:30 at night from the Tzemach Tzedek, 10:30 at night, in 10 o'clock, the Tzemach Tzedek Shul in Yerushalayim with the Pasuk of the Ahavta, which is Avas Yisrael, gathering all the children together. Echad, Shtayim, Shalosh.
Le'archo, Le'riacho, Kamoicho, Rabbi, Akiva, Oimer, Zeklon, Dodoi, Bataro.
And now we know that in Eretz Yisrael there's a place, Misha Asa Nisim Lavoiseinu Vilonu. Each and every one of us are descendants of Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. And the place where all our Aves and the Imois of Klal Yisrael, every single Yid, is in the holy city of Hebron. And right next to the Ma'ares HaMachpelah, we have with us a very, very special soldier of the Rebbe, Chayalot B'Tzivis Hashem, Shlucha Shel HaRebbe, Dvoira Leah Nachshin Yashar Mimarat HaMachpelah. Everyone see the menorah on top of the Ma'ares HaMachpelah shining to the entire world. Achad, Shtayim, Shalosh, Aposik V'zeh.
וזה
כל אדם ותכלית בריאתו ובריאס כל העולמות העליונים ותחתונים להיות
לא יתברך דירה הזו
דירה
התחתונים.
Besachtoinim, excellent. Toda rabba Chevron. And now we return to the center of gravity, the center Shemimenu Yoitze Oida L'chol Oilam. From here, the Rebbe, the Mord and the Ur goes out to the entire world. The Pasuk of Yismach Yisro, we have a very special Chayol in Tzivis Hashem. Chayol Sadya Liberov, we ask to please join us here to say the pasuk of Yismach Yisrael Ba'oisov.
שלום. כן.
זהו, אנחנו?
אבל...
ישמח.
ישמח.
ישראל.
ישראל.
באויסוב.
באויסוב.
פיירוס.
פיירוס.
שקול.
שקול.
מי.
שאוב.
שאוב. מזרע.
מזרע.
ישראל.
ישראל.
יש.
יש.
לוי.
לוי.
דירה.
לשמוח.
בשמחת.
בשמחת.
השם.
השם.
אשר.
אשר.
שש.
שש.
בשמח.
בשמח.
בדירושי.
בדירosai.
בסחטיינים.
Besachtoinim. Now we ask all the children to rise and salute as we turn to our Melech, the Rebbe Melech HaMoshiach, and we're going to follow the lead of our special soldier as he leads us in Yechi on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
יחי אדיננו רבינו מלך המשיח אלם ועד.
יחי אדיננו ורבינו מלך המשיח אלם ועד.
יחי אדיננו רבינו מלך המשיח אלם ועד.
יחי אדיננו ורבינו מלך המשיח אלם ועד.
יחי אדיננו רבינו מלך המשיח אלם ועד.
יחי אדיננו ורבינו מלך המשיח אלם ועד. Now everyone, for all the children, a loud round of applause. Now, you're about to witness with your very own eyes a miracle of our generation. If you want to see the way the world is ready for Moshiach, if someone would tell you that there would be a public menorah lighting in a Muslim country of Dubai, even a couple of years ago, you would say you're dreaming. It can't be. In our times, you're about to witness with your own eyes, everyone, your attention to the screen, as we witness a miracle in our time, the adlaka of a menorah in the country of Dubai. Yasher Koyach Dubai, a round of applause for Dubai. And now we ask everybody to pay attention to the message being sent to us by the Commander-in-Chief, the Rebbe, the Chief of Tzivos Hashem. The Rebbe has a message for each and every one of us for the days of Chanukah. We ask everyone to please bring your attention to the front as we hear a message from our Rebbe for the Yom Tif of Chanukah.
Und als Sekunde in Chanukah kommt noch zu, wie der Mond friert, der Pkudas Hayim, die spezielle Schlichus von 19. Neres Chanukah. Und wie der Mond, wie bald der Teile wird angerufen, Teilo Eira, sie macht lichtig, ist davon echt verstandig, als sie da eine klare und eine lichtige Anweisung von Neres Chanukah, und was mir gibt, jeder von euch Kehr, und mir macht jeder von euch für Schlier, von dem Kommandier in Chief, von dem Ebersten, was wird auch gegeben, die Teile, zusammen mit allen ihren Mitzvahs, und die spezielle Mitzvahs sind verbunden mit dem Chanukah. Wo sie die klare Anweisung von der Mitzvah, a jeder von euch hat auf sich a Schlichus von dem Ebersten, a ganz Jahr, und da steht in a klaren Neffen, in der Tag von Chanukah, was von die Tag nimmt man Kehr, auf durchführen die Schlichus, die alle Tag, jeder Tag von dem ganzen Jahr, und das ist auf machen lichtig, mit der Sache von der Mitzvah Betelo Eid, machen lichtig herum sich mit Tätigkeit. Und das macht mich lichtig in einem Weg, als nicht nur der, was Zinton, der Lichthof, hat gesehen, die Lichtigkeit von dem von der Neres Chanukah, nur echt die, was haben geantwortet, Amen, und Baruch Hu, Baruch Shmei. Echt die, was haben sie gefunden, wenigstens in demselben Ort. Oder die, was einen gekommen haben, viele noch drüber.
Whoever's listening will be getting tickets for the raffles.
Der sehen sie, der Lichtige, scheinende Lichtebach, fragen sie noch, oder sie wissen schon von früher, aber das sieht, was Ayid hat noch mehr lichtig gemacht in der Welt, was wir gesagt in der Judbeis Psukim und Maimore Chazal, dem Yismach Yisrael Beisol und Yismach Havai Bemaisol, als Ayid Freizer der Miet, was Eisol der Rebeste, hat gegeben als Schlichus, auf machen lichtig in der nebesten Welt, und das bringt tegen der Yismach Havai Bemeiser, a der Rebeste Freisach, wo seine Schluchim, seine Zover, hat durchgeführt sein Schlichus, und hat gemacht die Welt noch lichtiger, a Dilo, Leis Borg Betachtenin, wie ihr hat erst so gesagt, und noch mehr, ihr hat noch eingewirkt, also in Zukunft noch a Sach Kinderlach, Ingelach gewiegt auf Ingelach und Mädelach auf Mädelach, als sie sollen echt nehmen, einteilen dem Kenntnis und getan in dem, mit der ganzen Lebendigkeit und mit der ganzen Liebschaft, was sie nicht hat zu erzweiten, wie die Tester gesagt, wer habt der Jakob Komecha, sagt Rabbi Akiva, aber das ist klar Godel Bateiro, wo das geht, wo das bringt, noch eine größere Simcha, bei dem Lebesten ist noch mehr Mäßig in der Brache war Zlocha, wie bald wir es gesagt früher, als Hine Hashem Nitzavolo. Aber der Leibeste guckt sich zu jedem von euch. Und guckt damals, dass er nicht als eine gehe, was Melech Hashem, was Melech Holhores, was Chol Hashemayim, was sich beschaffen. Und in was ist doch der Leibeste Misanje, Bechin Klois Volei. Aber der Leibeste guckt sich zu und ist so mehr, was mir dient, und wie sie darf zu sein, ist das noch mehr mäßig. In der Brache war es Loch, in der Mekayim sein die Mitzwe, Und a da soll wirken noch wie der Mond früher, a die ganze Tag von alle Tag von dem ganzen Jahr sollen sein durchgenommen mit der Lichtigkeit von der Mitzvah V'Teirah mit Jüdischkeit, als in tagtägliche Aufführung wird jeder von euch heute in den Tag mit Sorgen, Neida, Mille, von Necho, Nelle, Chayri, Kaya, שהחזרת בי נשמוסי, בכם לרבה אמונתךו, und dann noch in Meschach, in Verlauf von dem ganzen Tag, sich aufführen, wie man darf sich aufführen in Zoll Hashem, und verwendigen jede Tfila, der letzte Tfila von Tag, wo das der Tfilas Arvis mit Sorgen 8 Tzadikim, jede Lishmecha, Yeshua Yesharim Espanecho, wo das nicht schließt sich in sich ein, die Bakosche bei den Ebersten, und wo der Eberste sich da noch eine Male, als Gott in Giechen, wird Mikuye werden, die Bakosche und viele. A jeder von euch und jeder Ried, wo nur gefühlt sich, was wir gesagt früher, Amich Kulum Tzadikim, wird jeder von sie, jeder Lishmecha und Yeshua Yesharim Nespanecha in den Beis HaMikdash, was Gott in Giechen gebuht werden, על-ידי משיח צדקנו, in Gula HaAmitis VaShlemo.
One of the messages that the Rebbe speaks many times by the Chanukah Live is reminding us that when you see that the whole world is united together, the action that you do here has an effect in the entire world. Never underestimate your one single action, the effect that can have in 1 second on the entire world. Like the Rambam says, that the world is like an equal scale. And one little maisa could be mahapech, could tip the scale for Geula for the entire world. This is the heart of the Rebbe's army, Crown Heights. And now we're going to see a video of the hands and feet of the Rebbe's army, the Shluchim, a few of the many tens and thousands of hadlokes from around the world. Now a short video of some of the different hadlokes from around the world. Everyone, your attention to the screen for an amazing 3-minute video. I thought you were doing a video. Okay. We're going to start with the Adlaka in Johannesburg, South Africa. Everyone listen in as we light the grand dreidel menorah. Everyone ever see a dreidel menorah in Johannesburg, South Africa? South Africa, we are live.
All right, Rabbi.
We have all 8 branches. 8 is the number of Geula. You are witnessing the light of Geula being lit in the entire world. Each one of the candles represents another day of creation, and the 8th candle is the HaGeula. We're about to bring the light of Geula into the world. We brought it in South Africa, and now we go to the Tzemach Tzedek Shul in Yerushalayim Ir HaKodesh, as they're going to be bringing the HaGeula from Yerushalayim, and Mir Hashem bring us all back to Yerushalayim as they light the 8 candles in the Tzemach Tzedek, which the name Tzemach Tzedek is the names of Mashiach Tzidkenu. So it's Mashiach City and Mashiach Shul, bringing the of Mashiach to the entire world. The Tzemach Tzedek Shul going live as they light the menorah. We ask everyone to make a mezoines, a bracha, when they eat their donuts of Chanukah in the Rebbe Shul. Shh. הדלקת נרות של מנורת הגאולה בבית כנסת צמח צדק.
אנחנו מזמינים את התומים שניאור זלמן אוריאן הכהן ובברך ברכת הכהנים את כבוד קדושת אדוננו מורנו ורבנו שליטה מלך המשיח.
Get more than you ask for here. Amen. 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 Yasher koyach birchas koyanim. This is the Yom Tif of Kohanim. Matishyo Yechanan Kohen Gadol. And now the brachos. Amen. Amen. And as he's lighting the menorah, we'll sing Utsu Eitza Vesufar, anything, any machshavas anyone has about Eretz Shleimus, Eretz Yisrael, being his battle. Your attention to the screen, to the video of other hadlokahs from around the world. Right here, the Talucha to Manhattan, the tank parade. 120 years of the Rebbe's birthday, Natanya Eretz Yisrael. Tel Aviv, Eretz Yisrael. Cincinnati, Ohio. Nachalas, Har Chabad, Eretz HaKodesh. Tel Aviv. Oakland, California. Park Slope, New York, the largest menorah. Morristown, New Jersey. Eiffel Tower, Paris, France. Brunswick, Maine. Rehovot, Eretz Yisrael. Berlin, Germany. Istanbul, Mamish. JFK Airport. Moscow, Russia. Miami, Florida. New Haven, Connecticut. Montenegro. A round of applause. Now, before we light the adlocke here, we have one more adlocke. We have a few more adlockes. Quickly, we're going to go to France. Sorfas, Poratsta. We're going to bring the Eira Geula from Paris, France. And we know that the Rebbe turned over as Mahapich Denigan Aderes Ve'emuna. That was the Rebbe was koivish Sorfas with the Nigin Aderes Ve'emuna. So while they light the menorah in Sorfas, we are going to be singing Ha'aderes Ve'emuna. First, let them make the bracha. Rabbi Turgeman, Paris, Adlakat Nerot. The light of Moshiach from Paris, France. Shh. בבקשה להתחיל עכשיו בצרפת. Amen. This is the house where the Rebbe was in Tovshin Zion. This is where the adlok is, from the house where the Rebbe was in Tovshin Zion. We now move to Ir HaGeula Tzvas Ir HaKodesh, the place where the Arizal is buried, the place where the Rebbe's brother, Rebbe Yisrael Ayaleib, is buried, and the place Shemimenu Yotzei Oira of Geula to the whole world, and a special mention to the Yeshivas Chasidei Chabad Lubavitch in the city of Tzvas Ir HaKodesh. And now we're going to be having the Adlokas Neidos in Tzvas Ir HaKodesh. Everyone, your attention as we are joined by our the Hasidim in Tzvas Ir HaKodesh. This is Beis Knesses Levi Yitzchok al Shem, the Rebbe's father, in the Kiryas Chabad, Tzvas Ir HaKodesh. בבקשה להתחיל ההדלקה. Yoshev Rosh of the Tankim, Tzivot Hashem, Harav David Nachshon. מביא אור הגאולה של השמונה נרות לכל העולם. Before we light the Adlokas Neres and Vidliku Neres Bechatzis Kochecha Mamesh here in the Beis Hamikdash, Beis Rabbeinu Shebebavel. One final Adloka in Melbourne, Australia. The Rebbe said, told Rabbi and Mrs. Gorelik that before Mashiach comes, he's either going to come through Melbourne or Italy to bring Yidden to Eretz HaKodesh. So we're going to bring the Or HaGeula from Melbourne, Australia. Again, as they bring the 8 lights, the Or HaGeula is bringing to the world from all corners of the world.
And welcome, although we are not saying the brachas because we are ahead of everybody else. And for us it is morning. Nonetheless, we're going to be lighting as there is a dove, so continue spreading the light. And we would like to ask Mendel Cyrillic for the tremendous help of all our citizens and families to light today.
A round of applause for Melbourne, Australia. And now we are going to be calling up Rabbi Pape, who's also an editor of the Mashiach Times, part of Tzivos Hashem, to give over the message of the Rebbe for Chanukah to the entire world. Rabbi David Sholem Pape. I receive Zaydi's emails every Erev Shabbos.
A Freilich and Chanukah, boys and girls. Chanukah is the festival of light. Torah is light, and mitzvahs are candles. And we celebrate the incredible victory of the Jewish people over that nation that wished to put out the light of Torah and put out the light of mitzvahs by lighting the menorah. Everybody loves lighting the menorah. The first night, remember, when we lit the first candle, how beautiful it was, how exciting it was, and how happy we were. Latkes and Hanukkah gelt. And then came the second night. We couldn't light one candle again. We already did that. We had to do more. And then the third night, even 2 candles wasn't enough. We had to light 3, and so on. Each night, adding in the number of candles, and this is a fundamental lesson of Hanukkah to all of us, that every boy and girl, grown up, man and woman, constantly has to be like a menorah, adding a candle, adding in Torah, doing more and doing better. When the Rebbe Melech HaMashiach, took on the leadership, the Nesius of Chabad. He told us in the very first mimer, Bosi Lagani, that our generation has a special mission, which is to bring Mashiach. And just like Hanukkah is the festival that we celebrate with oil, and oil saturates everything. Whatever you put oil on, it seeps through and through. So we have to be saturated with this awareness of the coming of Mashiach that the Rebbe has imbued within us, that this is the last generation of Golus and the first generation of Geula. In fact, everybody here has played dreidel. Do you know what letters there are on the dreidel? Nes, Gadol, Haya, Sham, Nun, Gimel, Hey, Shin. Add up the numbers. Nun is 50, Gimel is 3, that's 53. Hey is 5, what are we up to? 58. Shin is 300. 358 is the gematria of what? Mashiach. So the lesson for us is that wherever we find ourselves, together with another Jewish person, a boy with a boy, a girl with a girl, or even with our neighbors, we have to let them know that Mashiach is so close, he's right at the door, and the door is going to open in a second, and he's going to come right in and take us all on clouds of glory to Yerushalayim, and the Beis HaMikdash is going to come down, and we'll see Aaron HaKohen together with Moshe Rabbeinu, and Aaron HaKohen will light the menorah in the Beis HaMikdash, Ashlishi, B'mheira v'yameinu, take it from Miyad Mamish.
Amen. And now everybody stand up as we get ready to vidliku neidos in the Beis HaMikdash, Beis Rabbeinu Shebebavel, the Earth of Mashiach from Beis Mashiach, and that will bring Bias HaMashiach. We have with us Hatomim, Shneir Zalman Goldstein, Kitaches of the United Lubavitch Yeshiva Crown Street, that will be leading us in the Broches and the Adloka. After the Adloka, there'll be the raffles.
Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidishanu b'mitzvoso, v'tzivanu lahalik Chanukah. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asa nisim lavoseinu bayamim ha'im bizman hazeh.
Watch as the light of Geula comes into the world. Simcha Rabbi Yossi Cohen on the piano. Two quick announcements. First of all, Chanukah gelt will be given out by the door as you leave. That always gives Chanukah gelt. And now we're going to have the raffles for the very special prizes. Everyone check your tickets because we're going to be having a raffle now. If I had the raffle tickets, I would pick a raffle. What do we... Okay, if you have these numbers, you're going to say Chanukah Live on the count of 3. 3, 5, 0, 9, 1, 4. 350914. 350914. I'm not sure what to do if one of the girls has the ticket. Everyone should look at their tickets because we're going to be picking the next raffle. If you have it, say Moshiach now. 3, 5, 0, 3, 4, 1. 3, 4, 1. Three, 5, 0, 3, 4, 1. Okay, one more. 349970. 349970. Which one did you have? What? What? Yeah, quick. Take. Okay. How about you take care of now?
We're going? The next raffle ticket number is 350924. 924. Do we have a winner? 924. 1 second. 3, 5, 0. 1, 1, 7. 1, 1, 7. Their winner. 1 second. 1, 1, 7. בסדר. 3, 5, 0, 8, 7, 5. We have a winner. 8, 7, 5. 8, 7, 5. Come up here. Pick a prize. You have drone, you have slime, or I have a picture. Going on to our next raffle. 3, 4, 9, 2, 7, 8. 2, 7, 8. Come up. Get your prizes. No, it's 3, 4, 9, 2, 7, 8. 3, 4, 9, 2, 7, 8. Let me see the ticket. 1, 2, 7, 8. Come, choose a prize. Come up, choose a prize. Swire and write a picture or a drawing.
Oh, you want the drone? What's for a picture?
And our next raffle is on a beautiful picture there. 3, 5, 0, 5, 7, 2. 5, 7, 2. 5, 7, 2. Anybody has a ticket? Which one? What do you want? I have a picture. I have a picture. All right. Next. Another 3 raffles on a brand new Sefer. 3, 5, 0, 4, 8, 3. 4, 8, 3. Does anybody have 4, 8, 3? Moving on to our next raffle. We have a winner. Let's see. All right, here you go. Which one is that? Let's see. It's the wrong one. It's the wrong beginning. Next raffle is going on to be ticket number 350678. 678. 678. We have a winner. Okay, now for the last raffle. Last raffle, we're mixing it. I heard. After the raffle. Ticket number is 3, 4, 9, 5, 1, 541. 541. 541. Is there anybody with the ticket number 541? Winner from the girls? Benny. All right. We're going to go now make it ala michya for the donuts that you ate. laughter.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam ala michya ve'ala kalkala ve'al tenuvas sodeh ve'al eretz chemda toiva rechava sheretz yisa v'chalta lo v'seinu lecha pirya v'lizbayach mituvach rachem na linoi Eloheinu al Yisrael amecha על ירושלים עירך ועל ציון משכן כבודך ועל מזבחך ועל חלך ובני ירושלים עיר הקודש במהרה בימינו ועלינו לשכה ושכנו בברכך וקדושו וטהרה ושכנו לטובה ביום ראש החודש הזה כי אתה Adonai Tov u'miti l'akol v'nodeh lecha al haaretz ve'al michya Baruch atah Adonai al haaretz ve'al michya Burn the bushes.